See it. Shot! Down go. Good there. Place yourself, Josh. Hands. You ready to shoot? Stay high. Get out of here, buddy. Keep that one there, low. Now go. That one, up, through. Stay soft, get out, cleanse yourself. Up, get home, stop. Get it and go.
Been on a little streak, playing against one of the best teams in the NBA. And we have to bring our A game, whether they have Tim Duncan or not. Great systematic teams. They bring their A game all the time. And we have to do the same if we're going to compete.
What sort of lessons did you guys learn from the first time you played San Antonio down at their place, particularly maybe defensively?
We have to take care of the ball. We had a lot of turnovers in that first game. It's important for us to take care of the ball whenever you're playing against a scrappy team like this, especially a team that understands team defense and closing the court off. Of course, they got a great defender in Bowen, and they got good guys that are well coached and understand team defense.
Where are the Lakers right now?
Getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won a couple of games. Without Luke, without Kwame, we're still not at 100%. Once we get there, then we'll be able to make that assessment.
Have to keep this momentum going when you have these long breaks in between games?
Not really. We need them. Before we were playing every other day. Time back to back. So it feels good to get a little break, get a little refreshed, come back, practice, work in the game, and get ready to play back to back. We're going home in San Antonio, and then we got to go right on the road and play against Golden State.
Got San Antonio tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a big one, even early in the day, right?
Yes, we were ungraciously disposed down at their place early in the season, and we have an opportunity now to come back and try and even the score out here a little bit. I think the biggest curiosity is whether Duncan will play or won't, and so I don't know what that deal is.
What do you remember from that game last month?
Turnovers. A ton of turnovers that eventually got them going. I didn't think they played well until the second half. They started cutting us up with some penetration and three-pointers.
After that, you got the another game against Golden State. Is it kind of putting your back-to-back thing into practice here?
Well, it's
It was a couple of us.
It'll be challenging 2 days, no doubt. Thursday, Friday, there's always challenge because when you have to play on national television, those games always take at least a half hour to 45 minutes longer. And then to go up to Golden State and play them in a situation which their crowd's on their feet and every time they take a three. They're a very excited crowd up there, and they've got a good home court record.
How did Luke look today? Practice?
Slow.
Really?
Bad.
Really?
Yeah. Luke, how'd you look today? Bad? He was terrible. But I think he's got. I think at least got his timing back a little bit.
Will he go tomorrow? Maybe. Will he play?
Yeah. I anticipate that he'll be able to go.
Even if he's terrible?
Well, I hope he's not as bad as he was today.
are some secrets to Manu Ginobili's success that maybe you pick up on, but the average basketball fan out there wouldn't be able to pick up on offhand?
He walks every time he takes that drive. That's the one. It's the European walk, and that makes a whole difference in the world. How far they could get on that step, and those kids pick that ball up and take the running move to the hoop. And he's terrific at it because he uses angles well. He's got great speed and changes directions well.
After the win against Golden State, the 4 days off, even though you're a little banged up, does that throw the rhythm off? Would you rather be playing this a couple of days after the Sunday win?
I addressed him today in our opening session before practice started. Said I'm very, anxious. Not very anxious. I don't get very anxious. I'm a little bit nervous about the game because we've had so much time off. We've had one game inside a week actually. And rhythm and the competitive edge and just the timing goes a little bit. Just takes a tenth of a second. You're behind the gig here in the NBA basketball game, and the teams are so quick and they react so well that you have to be right on top of it. So we worked on reaction things today, and hopefully they'll pick it up.
You mentioned how much longer these national broadcasts, does that help or hurt in terms of kind of getting back into the rhythm?
Well, it helps players as far as recovering. Usually it takes a certain amount of time to get back to a normal heart rate. And, they did a study back in the 70s that John Havlicek had recovered back inside of a normal timeout, which was 90 seconds or 70 seconds. I guess 70 seconds. Now these that are, close to 3 minutes, really give these guys a chance to come back and recover. So you play your starters more minutes and they can survive the games a little bit better. There's no doubt about that. It's just the pace of the game and how you lose the tempo and momentum gets shifted so quickly. All right.
The Spurs tomorrow, always a pretty good game, even though it's only a quarter of the way through the season.
Yeah, it's a good test for us, to see how much we've improved since the last time we played them, the last time we faced them. So we're all excited about it.
What do you remember from that last game, last month?
Well, we just weren't prepared, in terms of our experience as a team, being able to go deeper into our offense to be able to combat what they do against us defensively. They played against us so many times. At the time, they were more familiar with the offense than we were. So now we're much better prepared, we're more equipped, and it's going to be a nice challenge.
What are some of the keys defensively against them? Because they have players who are so good at cutting to the basket and making surprising moves. Is awareness and recognition a big key against them?
They force you to defend as a team. They force you to defend collectively, and that's something that we're pretty good at. And you have to plug in the lane and limit their penetration and limit their easy baskets.
Kobe, has this break here been good for the team, or would you rather kind of kept going every other night instead of every night?
No, I think it's been good. Anytime you can have a break like this during the season, it's very well received. You got guys who need to get healthy and take this as an opportunity to kind of sharpen things up and strengthen up in the weight room. So it's good.
Kobe, these TV games are so kind of elongated. As a player, are there things you have to do differently in terms of approach or preparation for these longer games?
Yeah, you have to kind of, you know that the game normally is not going to start on time. So you have more time to kind of prepare, and you have to take the adequate steps to get loose properly. You know there's going to be a lot more timeouts, so you have to stay loose in the timeouts. Halftime is going to be a little bit more stretched out, so you have to tinker your routine a little bit.
Are there some advantages to those longer timeouts? I mean, minutes, the distribution of minutes seems like it's better, for us because you have more time to rest. You have more time to kind of sit on the sidelines and strategize a little bit better about what you need to do, as opposed to not being a nationally televised game. You just got to get in for about 20 seconds and get up and go.
Phil mentioned yesterday the importance of playing well in the second game of back-to-backs. I mean, you've been on championship teams. Is that kind of the mark of a champion? Someone who can win consistently in that second night and finish off back-to-back?
Yeah, you just figure out a way to kind of get it done. I think that's the mark of one of the elite teams is that, back-to-back nights, a lot of times you might be, tired or you might be hurt or something like that. Another team might be waiting for you, but you kind of figure out a way to kind of get it done, and that's when you really get to another level.